Good afternoon, Bears. This is the Friday edition of the WBBN News. I'm Toby.
And I'm Kat. Please listen up to the following announcements.
The Science National Honor Society will be accepting new applications to join for the 2024-25 school year the first week of May. Pick up an application next week from Mr. Lees in room 8112 or Miss Olive in room 8114.
Underclassmen, if you would like to have a say in next year's homecoming theme, SGA has added a survey to focus for the 2024 homecoming theme. Voting closes at the end of the day today.
The STEP team will be holding tryouts for next year on Saturday, April 27th. Stop by room 680 to see Ms. Cuthbertson for more information.
Color Guard will be holding guard clinics May 8th and 10th from 4 to 7 p.m. They'll be located in the band room. Scan the QR code to join the band app and get further updates. Questions will be answered in the band app as well. All skills will be taught.
Bayside's esports Halo team went 3-0 against Baxter Springs High School in Kansas. Our team schooled them on how it is done, and even the commentator from their team couldn't hide his astonishment. The team will move on to the second round with only 8 teams left. They will be matching up against the number 8 seed team, Heritage Hall Chargers from Oklahoma City. Good luck.
We'll be back right after this.
Today's Senior Spotlight shines on Madeline Jones, a senior who is making waves both on stage and in the pool. With her unwavering dedication, Madeline gives her all and leaves a lasting impression. Madeline is involved in many of Bayside's activities revolving around the arts. For the last 4 years, she has been a very active member of Bayside's theater program. In her freshman year, she has participated in the symbol act of the spring musical Cinderella. In her sophomore year, Madeline decided to explore the world behind the scenes and joined the technical theater class. This group is in charge of constructing the sets, setting lightning cues, and props and wardrobe. However, Madeline realized that her true talent lies on stage rather than behind the scenes. As a result, her junior year, she showcased her skills in the lead role as Queen in Once Upon a Mattress. As a senior, she took a minor role as Duchess in Alice in Wonderland. This year, she serves as the drama club secretary. For the last 2 years, she has served as the 2024 class president. Madeline also has an athletic side. For the last 2 years, she has been an active member of Bayside's swim team. Her exceptional performance during her rookie season earned her the Most Improved Freestyle award. During the fall, she had actively participated in the class of 2024 Powder Puff football team for the past 2 years. Notably, the highlight of this year's competition was the seniors emerging victorious. The senior class also took notice of Madeline's involvement and contributions on campus. She was voted as Miss Bayside for the class of 2024 Senior Superlatives. In the fall, she was also voted as the top 5 homecoming candidate. Madeline is already busy preparing for her future. This year, she was accepted into Bayside's CNA program. She is eagerly working hard to obtain her CNA license. In the fall, she hopes to continue her education at Liberty University, where she will study to earn her nursing degree. Congratulations, Madeline, on all you have accomplished. We wish you the best of luck in the future. This has been Sirius, reporting for the WBBN.
Today on the WBBN, let's dive into the deep history of the Bok Tower Gardens to understand just a bit more about Florida's rich history. Join me as we go back in time to 1863 to explore some of the background of the gardens, starting with its creator, Edward Bok. During his early childhood, Edward was raised in wealth. That was until his father made numerous bad investments, leading to a life of poverty for young Edward. At the age of 6, Edward and his family moved to Brooklyn, New York in hopes of finding a better life. While attending school in Brooklyn, Edward had to get a job to support his family. Later, he had to drop out of school entirely just to work a second job for his family. In 1876, Edward gained his first full-time job as an office boy with the Western Union Telegraph Company. This job allowed him to unlock his true passion for writing. Later, he continued his editing career, one of his publications being the first to reach 1 million subscribers. A while afterwards, Edward earned himself the title of Pulitzer Prize-winning author. After his long and accomplished career, Edward found a want to do more. He was quoted saying, "Wherever your lives may be cast, make the world a bit better or more beautiful because you have lived in it." After moving to Florida, Edward found himself falling in love with the sunsets, birds, and hills of the area. This love led Edward to create the Singing Tower and Mountain Lake Sanctuary, later combining to become what we know today as the Bok Tower Gardens. The Bok Tower Gardens are truly amazing spectacles that everyone should have the privilege to see. Located in Lake Wales, Florida, the gardens have so much variety to offer. 2 hiking trails, gardens for all ages, multiple food stops, a beautiful 20-room mansion, and to finish it all off, Edward Bok's beloved Singing Tower right at its center. While the heart of the gardens might be the Singing Tower, the gardens are marvels unto themselves. The gardens are split into 2, the Olmsted Garden and the Hammock Hollow. Let's begin with the Olmsted Garden, described as an ever-changing work of art. The Olmsted Gardens, created by Frederick Law Olmsted Jr., is a contemplative and informal woodland setting with ferns, palms, oaks, and pines, creating a lush backdrop for the flowering foliage and the spectacular seasonal colors of the azaleas, camellias, and magnolias. The grounds of the Bok Tower Gardens is a designated site on the Great Florida Birding Trail, containing over 126 different species of birds, gopher tortoises, and eastern indigo snakes. For travel around the Olmsted Gardens, you will use paved primary pathways and many mulched secondary paths with a series of romantic recesses, tranquil resting spots, picturesque vistas, and of course, breathtaking views of the Singing Tower. Hammock Hollow reflects the art and spirit of Bok Tower Gardens while also incorporating many ways for children to interact. Some things to find in the Hammock Hollow are a large snake sculpture, a river walk spraying water at guests, a fairy house trail, Doodlebug Art Place providing painting materials for children, and the Songbird Music Tree with tuned acoustic instruments. For people looking for more of an adventure, Bok Tower Gardens offer 2 trails, the Preserve Trail and Pine Ridge Trail. The Preserve Trail's goal is exactly as its name suggests. It's a 1.5-mile trail that inspires learners of all ages about some of Florida's most endangered ecosystems and their ongoing restoration efforts. The Pine Ridge Trail has the same idea but focuses on one type of ecosystem, the longleaf pine forest. The longleaf pine forest is in danger of disappearing forever. The forest is an upland savanna-like ecosystem that depends on periodic fires to exist. Next on our stop is El Retiro, translated to retreat in Spanish. El Retiro is a 20-room Mediterranean-style mansion built for Charles Austin Buck. This amazing building makes the promise to transport visitors back in time to the 1930s with its long, in-depth tours. Afterwards, consider visiting the many food options provided, such as Blue Palmetto Cafe or outdoor kitchen and edible garden. Finally, to close out our tour, we'll visit the heart of the Bok Tower Gardens, the Singing Tower. The tower itself is a beautiful 205-foot instrument housing a keyboard connected to 23 tuned bells. The bells make beautiful melodies such as this. Giving it its namesake, the Singing Tower. At its base is the grave of Edward Bok, forever immortalized in his garden. For more information on how you can plan your visit to the Bok Tower Gardens, log on to boktowergardens.org.
And we're back.
Bayside's theater production of The Mystery of Edwin Drood will continue tonight with a show at 7 p.m. On Saturday, there will be 2 shows at 2 and 7 p.m. Go secure your tickets now on gofan.co.
Here are the answers from April 19th Guess the Bear. Teacher number 1 was Miss Penny. She is from a small town in Kentucky. Teacher number 2 was Miss Lindstrand. She was in a movie with Nev Campbell and Denise Richards.
For clue number 1, there were 12 correct homeroom guesses for Miss Penny. Congratulations to all the classes who guessed her correctly.
For clue number 2, we had only 3 classes guess Miss Lindstrand as our Bayside movie star. Congratulations to Miss Hawkins, Coach Nall, and Mr. McLean. You have all earned another point for your class.
Here is the current leaderboard. Mr. McLean and Coach Nall are tied for the lead with 10 points. Mr. Heyman is close behind with 6 points.
Miss Martin and Miss Barlados are doing great with 5 points. Keep your guesses coming. A class reward is on the line.
Here are the clues for this week's Guess the Bear. Teacher number 1 calls the 600 building home. Their clue is, I have over 100 hours with tattoos.
Teacher number 2 can be found teaching in the 800 building, and their clue is, I jumped out of an airplane with Mr. Torluck. Our clues this week are worth 2 points each, so it's anyone's game.
Make sure your homeroom teacher submits your guesses using the Google form.
Have a great weekend, Bears.